welcome to another video. This is Kevin, also known as AWOL, and today I'm going to give you a little backstory about my graph paper and hopefully give you a better understanding on how to use it and make it your own. So back in the day when I first tried to use ordinary graph paper, but the trouble was I couldn't see what the underlying strings were doing, and this made it really difficult when trying to work out some kind of a complex pattern. So I used to take a great amount of time and create a version of the graph paper that could show me what was going on underneath. It took a long time to draw, so I would take and make large sheets of this and then get them copied and then use color pencils to figure out my pattern. But any mistakes I made was very difficult to erase it and, starting over. And I was rather poor at the time, so wasting this graph paper that, I'm printing at like 10 cents a piece or something was kind of a problem. So, but that was then. And now, with the convenience of the modern technology, we can generate this graph paper with a computer, and I even have a number of sheets that are already made up and ready to be downloaded. So, I kind of want to explain how this works because some of you seem to be having difficulty with it. So, in this example, I'm showing you a square with red and red. In those instances, it doesn't matter how you tie that knot, because you know it has to be a red knot, and you know that the outcome is red going off in both directions. So I see a lot of the patterns that you guys are sharing on Instagram and stuff coming from elsewhere, and they're showing a direction for when it's the same color crossing. That's completely unnecessary, and why I don't put directions on any of my patterns. So now, okay, let's go to the next one. Here we have a red and a green. Now, if the red is on the left side and you're going to have a red color knot, obviously you're starting off by doing a knot towards the right. If you had that same setup, the red and the green, and you want the knot to be green, that is going to be going to the left. All right. Now, at this point, either of those two have choices that can be made. Let's start with the red one. All right. If you wanted the red to carry on and continue going to the right, as you would use like in a candy stripe or whatever, that it would just be to do another right knot. Okay. If you wanted it to swing over to the left, say you're making a diamond or a zigzag or something, it will start off as a right and then become a left, and that will change the direction. And this is important because when you're trying to design your bracelet, you're going to look at where the next time you need that particular color, or where are you going to need the green per se, right? So this is how you can make one square be a color and then move that color to another place where it can show up again at a later period when you need it. Now, with the green one, again, if you wanted to carry across, like you're making a chevron or something, it would just be to continue making a second left. If you're trying to do the other side of a diamond or whatever, it's going to the left and then to the right. So here you can see completely illustrated all four knots and how they react and how they relate to the overall designs when drawing out something using this graph paper. So I hope that you find this helpful. I felt like this was something I kind of needed to add to some of the graph paper pages, so that maybe people who weren't understanding how this works, or because this is different from what they were used to, hopefully this will get everybody on board and designing some stuff. All right, so until next time, don't get your strings in a bunch.